Stephen Gasque with the National Association of Realtors. It all started 80 years ago in the depths of the Great Depression. That's when the federal government and the National Association of Realtors worked together to create the Federal Housing Administration, the FHA. It was part of the National Housing Act of 1934, a law that changed millions of lives for the better all over America. Last week, NAR President Steve Brown and other industry leaders went to the White House to commemorate the agency's 80-year anniversary. Brown praised FHA for stepping up when the economy was in turmoil and private capital had fled the market a few years ago. But he made it clear FHA must continue to find ways to keep mortgage money available to financially responsible households.
We urge the administration to keep FHA true to its mission of helping low and moderate income buyers purchase a home. Our nation has been strengthened by the 34 million homeowners who have taken advantage of the Federal Housing Administration's lending products. So when asked what is FHA's greatest challenge and opportunity, we didn't hesitate to say it must be to reduce mortgage insurance premiums, that more qualified buyers have access to home ownership.
NAR has been working closely with FHA for 80 years, and it's that relationship that makes changes like that possible. A lot of industries have become excited about the use of drones for aerial photography, and it seems it would be a natural for real estate, but not so fast. The Federal Aviation Administration has made it clear the use of drones without a permit for commercial purposes, including real estate, is unlawful. But the FAA is working on new rules. NAR's Russell Riggs talks about NAR's engagement with the FAA as it works on those rules.
We've been working with the FAA and commenting on any statements they make related to their proposed rulemaking to make sure they understand our unique set of concerns and perspectives in this area. Secondly, we've been working with a broad group of regulated stakeholders and, as a part of that coalition, have requested that the FAA expedite their proposed rulemaking, especially for small UAVs, which is the kind of UAV that our members will be using the most. And finally, we'll be having in-person meetings with FAA officials to begin that all-important educational process to make sure they understand how realtors can use this technology safely to enhance and add value in the property transaction.
Stay tuned for more, because NAR is working on additional efforts to speed up the safe and lawful use of drones for real estate. Will federal rules designed to prevent one crisis cause another? The new rules, called the Qualified Mortgage Ability-to-Repay rules, were designed to prevent a repeat of the mortgage crisis we had a few years ago. The rules went into effect earlier this year, but if you haven't noticed much change in loan availability, that might not be surprising. That's because lenders started factoring in these so-called QM rules long before they came out. As a result, when the rules took effect in January 2014, lenders already had tighter underwriting practices in place, which they call buffers. That's the good news. The bad news is these buffers, or tighter underwriting practices, could keep lenders from granting mortgages to more borrowers in the years ahead. NAR's Ken Fears explains.
70% of respondents indicated that they had fully adapted to the rules. However, 22% indicated that even once they've fully adapted, they would maintain buffers and overlays in place to protect them from legal liabilities. What this means is that over the long term, as the market tries to incorporate all the eligible sustainable borrowers, that the market will run into these buffers and overlays in place, which will hamstring their ability to return and expand to the full market.
NAR will be monitoring mortgage availability closely in the months ahead. And it's made it clear to federal regulators, if financially responsible households cannot access safe and affordable mortgage credit, NAR will ask for changes. And that's our show for the week of July 21st. Real insights from your nation's realtors. Join us right here in the coming weeks as we look at the latest news on The Voice for Real Estate.